Right behind me is a poorly drawn image of Luffy. Today I want to talk about something pretty interesting. Now, usually I hate whenever people bring up the idea of, oh my god, do you think this character is going to be the next Straw Hat? Do you think they're going to join Luffy's crew? No. I don't, okay? I don't. Stop asking me this question. I didn't think that Mononosuke, whatever the freak that little kid's name was, I didn't think Kinemon was going to join. I didn't think Carrot. Please, for the love of God, do not put Carrot on this goddamn crew. I didn't think Yamato was going to join, though she had me for a second there. I really thought for a second we were going to get Yamato, but I just felt like she didn't really have that dynamic with the whole crew. I just felt like it'd be a little weird for Yamato to join. Yamato was really just a homie with Luffy and not really anybody else, but I guess Jinbei kind of classifies the same way. Nobody really rocked with Jinbei the same way. But he did have an arc in Fishman Island, and Nami and him had a scene. Anyway, regardless, we're not going to be talking about those scrubs that didn't make it. Watch. Fast forward, and Yamato ends up joining the crew. Oh my god, I'm going to feel so stupid. We're going to talk about this one character who has been surfacing up on the lower levels of Elbaf, and that's Loki. Loki. Okay, now the moment Loki was introduced into the story in Elbaf, well, we've known about him for a while, but the moment we started seeing Loki, news started spreading online of, oh my god, is Loki gonna join Luffy's crew? Oh my god, is that gonna happen? I thought that was the dumbest thing on planet Earth. I was like, what the hell is wrong with all these people? Why would they want Loki on the crew? Like, come on, dude, this guy is literally chained up. And now I kind of think that Loki might join the crew as well, which is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm one of those people who kind of is hoping that this happens. But I am. I think the current chapter that has been released is chapter 1152. We're currently in that backstory with Elbaf. Loki has been framed, supposedly, for the death of his father. And currently Scopper Gabon is like, yo, tell us what actually happened that day. So now we're in the backstory stuff. And the most recent chapter that we just read is Loki's birth when he was a child. And I really didn't think that Loki was going to be a part of this crew until I read this chapter. Because I feel like the Straw Hats, they all follow a very similar kind of story arc in the sense of the world doesn't, not that the world rejects them or the world doesn't want them, but like they have like a tragic upbringing. Right? Like a really sad backstory. They feel lost in this life, and Luffy's pirate crew is like the thing that makes them feel whole. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for Loki, and I kind of think he did get framed. I don't think he's actually as evil of a guy that everybody was making him out to be, and he was deadass just chained to this tree for 6 years for no reason. Just no reason whatsoever. I think he is wrongfully committed for his crimes. And the more and more we see this Elbaf backstory, the more and more we're going to kind of care for this character a lot more. It's also really cool because Loki apparently is a very powerful character. So that would be nice to add to Luffy's crew. Because right now, dude, those elders, Emu, they're looking pretty tough. I don't really think Chopper's doing anything about that. I feel like Usopp has already freaking lost. He's already died. That he's not locked in, dude. This is supposed to be his arc. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, the thing that really solidified Loki in my eyes as being a potential new crewmate for the Straw Hats is this panel right over here where he's climbing up the Jewel Atom tree as a baby. It's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. Like, this baby on birth is just rejected by his own mother, and he's fighting tooth and nail to try to get back to her. It's like, what? Oh, man. And Luffy has already asked Loki to join his crew, and he says that Elbaf doesn't even want him, so he might as well join our crew. And Luffy is a really good judge of character as well. I mean, this isn't the first time that Luffy has asked someone to join his crew, and everybody has been completely against it, but then they end up coming around and joining anyway. Perfect example of that would be Nico Robin, right? People were kind of like thrown off by the fact that Luffy wanted Nico Robin on the crew. Another person would be Brook, right? Brook. Luffy just asked the talking skeletons to join the crew. I think Sanji and Nami were the two that were like, no, dude, we don't want that guy. And now we end up having Brook, and Brook is one of the coolest freaking characters, standing up to Big Mom, and putting in work. So I think Loki could definitely be someone who does end up joining Luffy's crew. I don't really know how his dynamic's going to be with everybody else, but I feel like Loki is kind of fleshed out enough as his own character to feel like he would have a fun place on Luffy's crew. Oh, but that's weird. Isn't that weird? I already really like the crew as it is. When I caught up on One Piece, Jinbei was already a part of the crew. So, it was kind of like I was already used to it. I wasn't a One Piece fan before the Jinbei era, so gathering crew members wasn't really a thing that I kind of experienced. But now, what if Loki does join the crew? Would he mess up the dynamic? What would his dynamic even be with everybody else? And how would he even fit on the ship? That's another thing. How does he even fit on the ship if he's a giant? But they would make it work. Maybe he'll walk in the water alongside the ship. Oh, that would suck for him. Well, it also depends on what his devil fruit's going to be, because I don't think we even know that yet. But yeah, I kind of do like the idea of Loki being a part of Luffy's crew, being the next Straw Hat. But man, is that going to happen? I don't know. It's so weird. But yeah, okay. That's what I wanted to talk about. Have you guys been keeping up with Elbaf? Do you guys think that Loki potentially could join Luffy's crew? I definitely think it's 50-50. Out of every character that honestly has been in the story so far, I think he has the best chance. I'm kind of rooting for him. Well, let's see what happens in Elbaf. Keep cooking, Oda.